Good morning, afternoon. Welcome to the Expired Webinar Live. You guys got questions? I got answers. So, just started a little early. So as you guys log in, we'll start going through the questions and all that kind of crap. Just making my calls. I'm a little out of it. Hey, AJ. No, this is called electric salmon. Electric salmon. I know it is. It is like you can. It's dulled down. If you shut in the sun, you'd be like, holy shit. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. What up, Amy? Electric salmon. That's the guy who sold it to me said. AJ, congratulations on your husband. I saw that picture you put up. Another award. He's a smart guy. Are you kidding me? Just about starting the leg. Yeah, I'll let you guys see it if you can. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. 24 staples later. Surprisingly, it doesn't hurt that much. They gave me pain pills, but I don't like taking that kind of stuff, so I didn't take anything this morning. I had ibuprofen yesterday, but it sucks as I can't work out. I'm used to get up every morning, and it's screwing up my regimen. I had to cancel appointments yesterday, which I don't like canceling listing appointments, especially. But I just, when I walk around this thing, it keeps sliding down. My leg is too massive. It's a massive leg pushing this thing off. Can't keep him down. That's right. Can't keep him down. I made calls today though, so I booked appointments for tomorrow. So I'm hoping tomorrow there'll be less. Maybe I should take the ibuprofen, be less swollen. Thank you. But still making the phone calls, still booking appointments. Sorry, I'm trying to log in here. Ah, come on. I hate when I forget my password. Hey, Amy. So do you guys have any real estate expired questions that you guys want to know? If you guys are on this thing, may or may not have took me. I think the last look we looked, we're a little over 750 listings, and this is supposed to be week 7. I think it's actually week 8 as I'm recording it because I bumped it from last week. But we're a little over 750 listings taking out of 100 people. So, I mean, that's fucking 750 listings that people didn't have before. You know, some of these people have never called. Other people are pros. They've called and they just use my scripts. But we're reporting, I mean, it's spring market too, but we're reporting a shitload of taken listings. You know, I've taken a ton using the same scripts. So hopefully you guys are starting to rock with that. That was an actual MLS listing photo. Like some dude did a virtual staging on there. It was weird. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. No wonder this didn't sell. What's up, Donna? Is that how you say it? Donia? I'm on the thing, man. People see the sign, do not disturb. Everyone has questions. So who's got the first expired question, for sub owner question, listing presentation question? I don't care what kind of question it is, real estate related. You guys getting hit with any objections that you can't handle as of yet? Feel free to type one in. Yeah, throw some likes in there. What up, Jasmine? Michael? Oh, throw some love in there. All right, throw some love. Give me some love. Can I love my own video? I don't know if I can. Can I love my own thing? Let's see if I can. I love my own thing. Spread the love. Come on. It's called Electric Salmon. It's part of the Rocks line. Anthony's throwing some love there. Nice. Let's go. Some love, 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 love. I can't even love my own stuff. I haven't played that stuff in a long time, Anthony. I used to. When you saw those videos, that was back when that was big. Was that 8 years ago? Jersey Shore. What's up, Becky? What up, Brian? But that song used to get me pumped. I used to get fired up. Now it's got new stuff. Every you got to change this with the times, So I listen to in the morning. I'll listen to that new Justin Bieber Spanish song with what's his name in there? What the hell's that guy's name? Not Farouk. It is. If you guys haven't heard the song yet, it is fire. What's up that one? It is Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber, and Louis Fonsi. Louis Fonsi already had the song out, but then they remixed it with Justin Bieber. It came out really badass. It's like #1 on the Latino billboards right now, but it's really badass. And a lot of it's English, so you can understand it. What up, Alan? What up, David? They're not selling now, and they hang up. Well, you can either cut. So that's a good question. When they say they're not selling and they hang up, do you door knock them? I don't door knock them right away unless it's a listing I absolutely want to have. I may put them back on the rotation. I'll back even when they've hung up, or I'll say something like, "I'll take that hang up as a no." I like to make jokes while I make the phone calls, but I definitely, I know a no today is not a no. It's maybe a not now. Or not yet, so sometimes I'll call them back, and I usually give them about 10 days. Do you ever do drunk prospecting a lot like we used to? No, that was a fun day in Braintree. That was definitely fun. I don't, because I prospect in the morning, and I don't really like to drink in the morning. I would, don't get me wrong, if I had the right person to come in and say, let's get some beers and do it, I probably would later in the day if I had to do makes it more fun. But yeah, no, I just do it in the morning. That's when I have the most energy, so I get out of the gym. I still have pre-workout in me, and although I talk fast without the pre-workout, I still I just want to call. I usually call from like 9 to 12, depending on how many calls I get. But to answer your question, no, I may door knock them if I really want it, but typically I'll just kind of recall them. Again, it's your choice. If it's a listing that's near you, you want it, you really want to go after it, then do it. What's up, Marcy? What up, Bill? What up, Jessica? But I have had people here where they do a cold call party, so they'll call at nighttime and they'll get and they'll line them up, and people just, 6 of us will go in a room and just make cold calls and drink and make fun. It's fun when you're buzzed, you say stuff, nothing rude, but you're just kind of more flexible. And that's what you want to be when you make these kind of calls. You want to be very flexible and funny. People are usually drunk when they're funny, they're funny when they're drunker, I should say. You're welcome. Alan Payne, we're going to chill soon. I guess so. I don't know where you're from, Alan. Are you from the area? Are you making cold calls? And sorry about last week. I forgot I had closings. I had to go, so I had to reschedule the whole thing. But I figure we're still going to get this thing live. So anyone that has a program, this is going to be this. So you guys are asking these questions. You guys are all going to be captured for the life of this program on that week. We're going to put you guys in there. A mimosa in the morning. Actually, I had a mimosa I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. It wasn't for me. I'm not a champagne guy. Oh, okay. So the objection is my brother's an agent. Okay. I would say, well, did he have it last time? And it's going to be yes or no. Let's say let's role play. It's a yes. Yes. Okay. So how did that work last time with him? Well, it didn't. Right? So maybe we should change something, or at least do something different. Tell you what. It's nice to have a family member in the business. Let me come by and show you what I do differently. If it's not night and day different than what he's doing, then I don't expect you to change gears. But if I can show you something that's going to cause your home to sell and for more money, are you open to that? Yes. Boom. And if it's he wasn't the listing agent last time, then he'd say, well, why didn't you use him last time? Well, because I had a friend, I like using family. That same instance is what we're going to talk about today. The last thing you want to do, if this doesn't sell with him, is break that relationship. Let's get together. I'll share what I'm doing differently, and we'll go from there. Something like that. I mean, I took a listing with a guy who was a former realtor, had a company, gave it to his daughter. His daughter had his house listed. It didn't sell. I had to go on the presentation, and she was there and basically tell her how she sucked in nice words and that they should go with me. And then only the to the commission as well. So I thought that was pretty good. What if they say I would sell, but then I would have nothing to buy? The inventory's low, and they will say if I sell, then I'll have to buy too high. I'll have to buy high. So, Mike, good question, because that's what we're all hearing. I mean, that's about working with an expired program like this. And there's a few other guys who do expired programs that actually call. These are the guys you want to learn from, because we're calling. We're going to have the same stuff that everyone else is hearing. We can quit selling so we can coach, like a lot of people out there. We actually, the same objections you're hearing, we're hearing. So, what I said every day. So the reality is this: like, listen, I get it. I'm not. I always say, I don't think we're not going to find you a property. It sounds like, at this point, I would have already asked them what kind of a house they're looking for, what area, and that kind of stuff. I would say, hey, listen, has your last broker, did he call the for sale by owners? Was he looking through the expired listings? Was he looking to try to find a property for you besides just what's on the MLS orgy? No. Okay, good. So that's what I'm going to do, first of all, differently. But second of all, we can't go to people on a seller's market and say, we like your home, take it off the market while we try to sell ours, and then we'll come back if we sell it. Like, would you take that offer? No. What we need to do is put your house on the market. If you don't find anything, we don't sell it. But if we find the house that you're looking for, now you have the ability to negotiate versus waiting. The more power to negotiate with leverage than saying, "Please take my house off the market." Because listen, if anyone takes the house off the market for someone who hasn't even listed the property, they've got to pay them top dollar for it. But if you go to someone and say, I need this contingent, but my home's already under agreement and my buyer finance is already locked in, you got a lot more leverage for negotiating. So that's kind of the way I'd go with it. Shake the monkey. All right, Sue. So hey, Tanya. Hey, Sue. So shake the monkey. I'm assuming you mean controller. Are you looking to? If I got this correct, Sue, are you looking to shake the monkey off your back in terms of how to stay motivated to make the phone calls? You can chime in yes or no quickly. Sue. It's weird. Sometimes realtors can't read. I don't know what, let's see. It's so weird. Like some of these, I'm reading these and I'm seeing them later than you guys are typing them, so I have to look at my other computer. I didn't even see that. I know they can't read. I can't read for shit. Let's go in here. Let me see if I can read the comments. Money and being of service motivates me. Yeah, it motivates the shit out of me too. I'm about the service part, but definitely the money part for sure. I don't know why this is. Let me try to refresh this so I can see what Sue was saying. Love that song. Despacito. I like that song too. I'm gonna try mimosas in the morning. We can chill soon. Hey Michelle, I'm going to say, Sue, if I'm assuming you say shake the monkey off your back. I mean, the reality is, number one, you have to know your scripts, you have to know your dialogue, so you don't get nervous when making the phone calls, but also you need to see results. So if you're making phone calls and not seeing results, then I get it, because that monkey's always telling you don't call, don't make, it's not going to work out. But I can honestly tell you, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, we've got over, we got 100 guys doing this program. This is only week 8, and we've had 750 new listings that hit the market that weren't there before from the scripts I gave. And these guys from all, you guys are all from all over the country. You got people in Pennsylvania, and California, Texas, Canada. There's that one guy in there from Australia that he's using the same scripts down there. So the system works. Get it to work. You have to call at the right times. You have to stay motivated. Part of that motivation is knowing inside that you're doing the right thing. You really want to know your script so that when you call, you're very confident. And number 3, you want to have a system that's giving you accurate numbers, so you're trying to get a hold of people. And then I watch, I listen to music, motivates me. I do, I don't know, money motivates me too. When I get checks, I'm like, this is working. Everything sells in this market, so pretty much, once you list it, as long as you do a half decent job at it, you're going to get the home sold, and it's going to be money in your pocket. How many phone calls do you make before you land an appointment? How many appointments a week do you go? I go on 2 or 3 a week. I probably land 2 of them. Phone calls. I do about 35 contacts a day. But I don't know. I just kind of have a balance. I have other stuff, kids and stuff, so I can work a lot harder, make a lot more money, but I kind of just work at a level where I feel comfortable. If that makes sense. What else is out there? Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to keep trying to update because some of these questions that are coming through. Hey, Gatels! What's going on? What's going on? You're expired. We're gonna sell this thing or what? Let's get this thing on the market, brother. Robert, what's going on? Who else has got expired questions? What up? This is my boy Ryan. Yeah! I'm interested in the program. Where can I get information about signing up? Ronaldo, you can go to www.expiredlistingmastery.com. I'll shoot you a link if you want, Ronaldo, to get into it. It's 12 weeks, $300. It's definitely a good thing to do. So check it out. I'll give you my scripts, my objection handlers, 12 videos of me on the phone or doing different things, and teaching you roughly, what people pay me $1,000 a month to teach them is how to call expired listings. Kathy, love it. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I work hard at it. I do work. So do you. I see your pictures and stuff. You're working hard yourself. What? So does anybody have any crazy objections they've heard? You can put the link on here and pin it. Can I? Let me see if I can do that. That's a good idea. Let me go to my page and I'll see if I can pin it to there. What is that? What am I doing? Okay. So, no objection. You guys must be all killing it. Everyone's a millionaire. You guys, no objections that you're hearing you can't get past. Everybody's closing. Everybody, you must all have my system. Yeah, that's a joke. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. All right. And then pin it. There we go. I'm actually gonna pin. I don't know if I can pin it, but I'm gonna try to do it. Let's see. There's the link. Did it show up? There it is. I can pin it. Can I pin it? Let's see. No, edit and delete. Oh, here it is. Boom. Pinned. Thank you, Jasmine. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, if you guys don't have a ton of questions, let me go into a little bit of a rant here. Okay, so it's 3 hours a day for 5 days a week. I mean, that's all it is, really. I don't care what else you do the rest of the day. As long as you make your phone calls, you're going to make it. And who are you calling? You're calling expired listings. You're going to call for sale by owners. You're calling your database, right? And then you can also do the circle prospecting. You want to get to a certain amount of numbers per day that you get it. And it's honestly, it's a math formula. X amount of calls means X amount of contacts, which means X amount of appointments, which means X amount of listings, and it means X amount of dollars in your pocket. In the pursuit of happiness, that guy talks about that, exactly how that works, and that's a simple formula. But the hard part of making these phone calls isn't the objection handlers. It isn't knowing what to say or the dialing. It's just the mundane work of it, like sitting here going, ugh, like making these calls. But there is success in it, and once you start getting to the level where you get successful, you start making a lot of money. You have other options. You can start adding money to different ways of getting more listings, like doing mail outs, doing Facebook funnels, doing email campaigns, doing anything and everything's out there, that you want to do that lets you open, and basically that puts another fishing pole in the water for you. And all we're trying to do is catch as many fish as we can, and you start growing your business exponentially, right? It doesn't happen right away. You still get that curve, but if you can stay with it and keep your expenses low and try to get, find out the best marketing techniques for you. But expired listings are instant business, right? These are guys who identify themselves with people who want to sell their house, but for whatever reason, the last agent they had, whether they did it by themselves or an agent, they just couldn't get the job done and get it done. So our job is to go in there and educate sellers. Right? Hey, your home didn't sell. It's the best market out there. So obviously, there's a couple things wrong, right? It could be price, which most likely it is, location, condition, or the marketing. Now, and it could be a mixture of all four of those. So you really have to figure out exactly which one it is for that property, and then go from there. But 90% of the time, it's always price. In this market, people are beating themselves down the door to try to get to these properties. So if you see a house come off the market, in my experience, it's price. Although I've taken 4 listings this year that were at the same price, and they only came off a few weeks earlier, and I had multiple bids on them because I did the marketing differently. I took time to do a nice write-up, right? I buy books I try to educate myself. Let's see, where are they? Where are they? My library, yes, my cesspool. This is the war room, I should say. Hold on. Here we go. Here's one I bought a long time ago. The big book of real estate ads, right? What do I find in this book? Man, this book is full of ads. It gives you ideas of how to write different things, come up with different ideas. Don't expect yourself don't try to reinvent the wheel each time. These are print ads that you can go through and basically copy, for a bunch of things, You want to get 55 and over, and you're not 55, lie about your age and dye your hair gray. The only way you can get to this property is being 55. Just different kind of catches on stuff. I had a house one time I sold that was built in 1620, and I was like, Abraham Lincoln slept here. At least he could have. This house was built, in 1602. And then I had some retard send me a message, some archaeologist or historian, actually Abraham Lincoln was even born until 1629, so he couldn't have slept there. I'm like, obviously a joke, but some people take it too literally. I pinned that to the thing, and now I can't see anybody's comments, so I have to kind of figure out what's going on there. I want to be able to see your comments and not just read that. Let me unpin this thing so I can see everybody else. Here we go. We had to change plans. So here we go. See? Plans. We moved back in the property and not selling anymore. Appreciate your call. Yeah, I appreciate that too. It makes sense to me. Hey, before you guys actually changed the plans, where were you moving to? Right? So I'm going to take them out of where they are and put them back where they should be. We were going down to Florida. Okay, so if you guys were actually going to Florida, and what was it out there that was bringing you out there? Job transfer, I was going to see my grandkids, I was going to live closer to a brother and sister, whatever that is. And they're going to give you A, B, and C. So I would say, oh, wow, so the only thing stopping you from getting the A, B, and C and enjoying the good weather, your brothers, your new job, all that stuff, you got to be kidding me. No, and why didn't this thing sell anyways? I'm looking at this computer screen going, why didn't this thing sell? It looks fantastic. Let me ask you, were you having people come to the house? Was there multiple offers? What was the situation with the property? And I'm just going to start rolling through the process with them. But at the end of the day, Jasmine, any objection you hear could be a doorstop. There could be the easiest one you hear, I didn't get my price, which sounds, I can get your price. I think I can, if as long as it's reasonable. But it's just people's mood. And sometimes you need to take them calm more than once. They may getting hammered in the first week with 15, 20 calls every day that week. So when you call once and you can hear it from making the call so long, you call back 2 weeks later, and if it hasn't been relisted, after they give you the initial shun, you call back. You don't give up. I usually give people a few times before I actually stop calling them. And again, if they're if they're the first call, they're go pound sand, and they're very rude about it, then I just delete them. I don't really worry about people like that. What I found is that people who act like that are going to be bad on the listing. They're going to be bad on the commission. They're going to be bad when the offer comes in. They're going to go after your commission. They're just going to keep attacking. These are the kind of people that give you cancer. I don't really care. I've done it so long that I can identify those people right away. I'm like I've lived long enough to know that I have enough negative people out there. I don't need to work with any of them. Keep trying to get this thing to come on here. Come on. What's Ryan saying? Oh, you can put the link on here. Oh yeah, I got that. Let's see if I can see it here. Maybe I can see it better here when I'm in it myself. I'll throw up some love. Let's see what we got here. Is this going backwards or forward? Oh, that's going backwards. My team will be checking the videos out for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they should. Because your team, just so you guys know, Jasmine runs a company where they actually make cold calls for you. So if you guys are watching the program and you want to add to your Jasmine, if you guys see her there, click on her page. She has a company who actually does cold calling for you. So that's another route to go with this. Typically, if you buy my program, though, you're trying to train yourself to be cold calls. And again, it's not just learn how to do cold calls. It's learn how to handle objections in any situation you're in. These same skills that are objection handling apply in every aspect of your life, not just with real estate or any business, like your personal life as well, your kids, your significant other, stuff like that. So it's stuff that really, people carry forward in their life. They use it, I remember when I met my wife and she, I talked about when we first met her, she wanted to move in. She was very hesitant about moving in, and I had to close her. And, I was like, so, do you want to move in? And she's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, what don't you know? And she's like, I don't know if I want to move in. I go, well, let's say, what's stopping you from moving in? She was like, oh, I think it's this. And I said, well, other than that, is there any other reasons you would not move in with me? And she's like, no. So what I do there, I isolated the objection, right? Isolated it. And then I took it down. Other than being ugly, what else would stop you from wanting to move in with me, right? So I closed her, she moved in, and that was it from there. But it's kind of funny. I thought it was funny. But I'm saying you can use these skills in the other parts of your life too. My son's like, and my kids use it against me. They're like, they use NLP on me. Dad, can I have a lollipop, or would ice cream be better? Right? They call that the better of two evils, right? They try to close you on this stuff, and it's natural. It's definitely natural. Sherry, what's going on? Scott, what's up? Matt, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anything you guys are asking me. I'm just going to go back through here because George, what up? What? George is another guy, another local mortgage loans for a lot of people. Get it done. You can talk to him like a regular guy. He just gets it done for you. And he was the only guy for a while that had 100% financing, believe it or not. This year, 100% financing. And then I think Trump put a stop to that for him. Unfortunately.
I built in 1880, so it's been totally redone.
Okay, who's got questions for me? We're only halfway through this. There's got to be some more questions. Anybody just joining? This shirt color is electric salmon, and I got it in the men's department for sure. Yeah. No, not funny. I think it's funny. So Gatles, you still there? Remember when I did that video? I was bench pressing 325, then you played for your whole team to motivate them all. Don't break the bench, Mr. Soul. I think it's what you said to me. Let's see who found that song. I had a job offer that didn't go through and don't plan on selling anymore. These are coming from the team. Yeah, I mean that, there's two kinds of objections you get. There's going to be objections that you can handle, and there's conditions that you can't handle. Like if someone was just going to move for a job and they didn't get the job, then that's not a condition that you cannot handle. That's a condition. You can't get past it. Like I had a guy once who told me he wasn't selling more because his wife has cancer and she's in the hospital all the time. He said something to it, but it's a condition. You can't overcome conditions. It's just that's part of the process of making these phone calls. Your team has to definitely identify people's after doing it so long by questions, in tonality, what they're saying back. Hey, Jen, what they're saying back to kind of identify if this person's actually a motivated seller or not. Because all these scripts and objection handlers work great on people that are motivated. People who are not motivated, they will not work on it at all. People don't care. You get those people who call you all the time. I get them, not as much anymore. I think I've scared a lot of people off, but they say, like, my friends will call me, like, you know what, if I see something that's worth, I can make money on, call me, maybe I might buy it. Okay, have you been pre-approved yet? No, I'm good. I don't know, if something happens, I'll call you, just let me know if I can make some money. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm going to go find something for you. Right? What's up, bro? Hold on, I just saw that. Hold on, let me get back in there. There's Justin Bieber's not playing in the background. Or Louis Fonsi. I don't know, shut that down. For some reason I'm not getting you guys, like, your messages are coming through later than they should. But I have it open on two platforms so I can see everything. Because last time it was like, when we did this video webinar, it was like 100 questions that didn't even come through because Facebook. Come on. I'm not getting you guys, like, alright, there we go. I don't want to hear myself talking. I turn it down a little bit. What's up, Bob? What's up, Jen? What's up, Michelle? Oh, you're welcome. I hope they're helpful for you. You guys just shoot out any questions you have about expireds, whatever. We'll be doing, when I launch a for sale by owner program, we'll be doing a lot of stuff on for sale by owners as well. But if you have questions that you need answered now or objections you've heard, ask anything. I'm here. We have a half an hour left, so I'm happy to help you with any questions you have, if I can answer it. And one thing about handling objections is you don't always have to have the answer. That's, sometimes it's just you can also shelf objections. I'll have a guy tell me 3 different times the same thing, and on the 3rd time I may handle it, but I usually try to shelve it for a while. If it's just like I'm not selling the spring or whatever I'm waiting until October or whatever that is. I'll try to keep going to my questions because I want to find out more before I can. What I'm trying to do is identify this guy's an actual seller, motivated, he has equity, and he can sell and he wants to sell. Right? That's what we're looking for, people with money and motivation. Because if they don't, they're not motivated, they're not going to make any money. A lot of times they won't. And a lot of times don't be afraid to tell your sellers, I have a couple sellers I have to talk to like that, where they're like, I'm not going to make any money. And I have to remind them that, you already made money. What do you mean? Well, you bought this house for $100,000, we're selling for $350,000. You took out $250,000 of equity and used this house as kind of an ATM, and that's not what these are designed for. So you've already been paid on it. Now what we need to do is get you out from the mortgage because it's too much for you at this point. So I think a lot of people appreciate who don't like it, so you have to identify, people, and I'm just trying to rewrap my wound here again because it keeps slipping down. My massive thighs are pushing this thing down. I don't know. Yeah, if any of you guys saw the picture I put up yesterday, I was actually changing instead of hiring a professional, I try to do it myself, right? Garage on a 12-foot ladder, and I was putting up one of those motion sensors, to go off when the car pulls up, and because the builder didn't put any of those in the house when he built it, so I was putting one of those up, and I was standing on a 12-foot ladder on that little rung where it says "Do not stand." I was holding it, I was standing there tippy-toeing, and I don't know what happened. I lost balance. The wind came where I don't know what happened, but I lost balance, and for that first 2 seconds of that ladder moving, felt like a lifetime. I was like, holy shit. Like, I had nothing to grab onto. I kind of knew I was going, and then there was a car right below me, and I went right through the windshield. But for that 2 seconds when that was happening, I was like, and then I got up and got out of the car, and blood started pouring everywhere, and I was like, and luckily the rest of me was fine. No neck problems, no back problems. Went to the ER and like 24 staples, and I was in and out of it in 3 hours. Actually, it was pretty good. I was at work the next day in the morning, so it wasn't too bad. And the pain wasn't that bad either, believe it or not. Just a pain in the ass to have these wraps on and canceling appointments because I'm still bleeding a little bit in certain areas. But the guy said, he goes, good thing you were in good shape. You go to the doctor. He's like, because normal people with this kind of height, talking in the second story, would have broke ribs or something. We got no other objection handling? What is going on here? You guys must have all the answers. Kevin, what's going on? All right. So I was making phone calls today. I went through my own phone calls. Let's get some likes, give me some share, give me some love. No appointment set today from the phone calls I made today. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did make one right before I got on this thing. So there was one, but that was a referral. It wasn't an expired, but it was still a referral. And then I did close them for the appointment for tomorrow. But that being said, you guys in this market, it's still the spring market. So you guys should be calling every single day. And don't be afraid to call land. You got a lot of investors out there that are looking for land. I almost think I should be doing a video like a thing on how to call land because it's such a different animal than anything else. But if you want new listings instead of trying to go after a builder who has an expired listing of a new listing, because typically builders give the agent a new listing for if they find them the land, and that's kind of the unwritten rule that's out there. But you need to be calling on land instead of trying to go after those listings that don't sell with that first agent, because typically he'll stick with them if he's, it's just usually the builder with the pricing on the property. But if you're calling for land, expired land, it's a different animal. It's not like calling an expired listing. You got to figure out like an engineering done, what was done on the property, did you do perks, did you have a botanist walk it, where the lot lines, how much frontage do you have, is it deemed buildable, is it not buildable, how much land is it, what do you think we can do, what's the zoning for that particular town, right? So some towns want 2 acres, some want 1. You go to a town like Quincy, they only require 5,000 square feet, or is it 10,000 square feet, some crazy low number. So every town's different, but you got and you got to make a list. As you're making these phone calls through these expired listings, you'll get builders and flippers. What you want to do is create a list. So if you guys look on the wall, that top one up there, see that line by itself? There's 2. Those are guys who just flip houses or build new construction in the certain towns they work in. So when I get a listing out there that has an extra lot, or I find land out there, guess where I try to go to first, right? I try to grab those guys because not only do I double end the deal when I sell the land to them, but they're going to give me the listing back, and I have a chance to sell double end that new construction. Because what listings are easy to sell in new construction, right? Everything's done for you. It's just pricing. You have to make sure your pricing's right, and that you don't let the builder go crazy on thinking what it is and what it isn't. And it just comes down to facts, basically. Facts and experience. So, anybody have any questions? Anybody having problems making phone calls? Is it hard to get up and down in the morning? Are you guys, hearing any crazy objections? Are you having any problems inside your head mentally? Is the program working out? Did you guys download all the scripts? Are you watching the videos? Do you like them? Am I too goofy on them? Any kind of, what you guys think. I appreciate your comments, because when I do the next one, I can adjust it. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff on there. I'm kind of goofy. A lot of stuff I do. Electric salmon. I don't want this to be too slow for you guys. So, the other thing we want to talk about is how to keep a proper mindset, right? So, in the program that we have a video which is just 1 week on mindset, like what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. So some of the stuff you guys could do is, one of the things you want to do when making these phone calls is, they're probably the hardest thing to do in the entire day. No one wants to prospect because no one likes getting rejected, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. If you just call them, to get an appointment, everyone would do it. I'm good at what I do, and every call I make, I don't get an appointment. I mean, it's not like that. You guys see these videos of me closing people, but those are the reason I put those up is those are great calls. What's the link to download access to those scripts, brother? It's actually the links. Look further down. You'll see it had a picture of me in a Superman shirt. Like what? That's the one you want to click on and link, and it's in there, and you guys can get the scripts. You get the whole program. But as far as mindset goes, you guys have to make sure that you're motivated to get up in the morning. Whether I don't know, everyone has a different situation, right? If you have kids, it's hard to get out and work out, but there's got to be something you can do in the morning. Meditate, read, get up, to get your mind going early. You guys shouldn't be waking up anything later than 6 a.m. I'm up at 4:45 every morning. I don't even alarm clock anymore. I just get up and I'm at the gym by 5:15. But, you know, like this is, I tell you, for the last 3 days, this has been killing me because of the leg. I haven't been able to go. I'm sitting there like this, like twiddling my thumbs, like, what am I going to do? Well, like, I don't even know what to do. Like, it's almost brutal because I'm so used to just getting there, going, getting back, getting my boys on the bus, getting to work, and in here, and to start making the calls. Like, I don't talk to people, my door's shut, the shade's down, no one's bothering me, I'm on the phones, and for 3 hours I bang through it. Once I'm done with that, I can do anything else I want for the rest of the day, because I did that. But part of the thing is making a to-do list. I do a big to-do list every day, right? So, like, first thing on it is make calls and get an appointment. I physically write it out, right? So make phone calls, contacts, get one listing appointment every day. So not only am I saying it to myself to do it, but I'm actually writing it down. So the chances of me actually getting that are a lot higher by doing that. And I just, as I go through the to-do list of stuff I need to do, I try to get the biggest stuff done right away. Like the phone calls are the biggest things. Like that's what you want to get done. So I scratch it off the list every day. And I always write get an appointment, because I don't want to just write make calls. That's the action. I want the reward too. So I want to write that down. It's part of it. So you guys should definitely be doing some of that stuff as well. I'm also a lot of self-motivated stuff, and I get down in the dumps as much as anybody else does, but a lot of times music brings me out of that kind of a funk. I watch inspirational videos. I like all the stuff on YouTube. When I'm making my calls, I'll have another computer like this one, and I have this one over here going, but I'll have this one playing maybe some YouTube videos or stuff that I like, whether it's about working out, diet, cold calls, comedy, objection handler stuff. I just try to look for different stuff all the time. I do say by my name. I got an old sign. I wonder if it's in here. You guys see I don't know if I have it. I do have old cards here, I think. So this is my card now, right? So you guys can kind of see that. It's just Deric Lipski, Find Home in the States. On the back of it, you guys, and I put these at the videos so you guys see them. But my old card used to be just that. Let's see if I can have one for it on there. Here it is. In fact, Mike Ferry made fun of me one time when I brought this up there. So that's my signs. My yard signs used to look like this, and I got a lot of people know me from the sign. And as goofy as that is, actually you can tell like this is the age. This is probably 10 years ago that I designed this myself. With I just shot that picture off a white background and brought it, and I was a lot chubbier then too, and I looked pale, but on the back of my license plate. But people remember this. Like I had these yard signs that were pretty tall, and they were the picture of me on there. And people would say, do you still stand by my name all the time? So it was actually pretty funny. You wouldn't think that was so goofy, but it was memorable. I stopped using it, and people still ask me this day, like, how come you don't use that sign anymore? I suppose I could design a new one, but I kind of wanted to pull my face off of it. I want to be, the eventual movement is to get a team going and then pull out of the entire thing and do something else at some point. We're talking some retirement thing. I don't know. But as far as motivation goes, yeah, you guys definitely want to try to keep yourself motivated. Self-motivation is what's going to keep you on the phones. It's going to keep you driving. And then when you see the money come in, that's the other thing that really helps you keep going. Don't be shy, man. Tell these people that you're original expired king on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, that was something I did back in 2008 when there was no one doing it, and that's how people know me. Most people know me from those videos, John. Absolutely right. Those actually got me speaking gigs around the places. Other people, when I launched the program, people just bought it because I think it had social credibility. Yeah, something like that, right? People are like, oh, this guy does it, so whatever. But now there's a lot of guys, and I know a lot of the guys who do the videos, and a lot of the guys are really good. There's a lot of guys out there suck. So you really have to go through what your style is, what you like. I'm pretty raw. I give it to you the way it is, even on those videos that you guys buy it. I mean, listen, my sellers aren't buying those videos, so I don't give a shit if I say shit or fuck or piss or anything on those videos, because the reality is you guys are buying it to get an idea. I'd rather give you the real insight of what we do on my mindset, so you get an idea, because you're seeing these videos and you like the way I present stuff, but you have to understand the backlog of how that works. Like, what do I think about when I'm saying this? Why am I saying this stuff? So in some of those videos on that 12-week program, I'll break down some of those YouTube videos and show you step by step, like, why I said this. Where was I going with that? Why did I want to direct them that way? Because at the end of the result, I got the appointment when they were a total no. Raymond, what's up, buddy? So that's one of the important things about that is that we got, not only, going through the scripts and objection handling mindset and obviously call systems to use, like I use RedX. If you guys don't use RedX, use what you're comfortable with. If you're not sure what to use, then use RedX. I'll put the discount code up here. You guys can get it at a discount and, sign in on it, check it out. It's a program that has a call system and a dialer in it. So we get you the expired numbers, and they also have a multi-line dialer in there. And it's kind of cool. You can put, they can change caller ID. So whoever you call, you can put whatever number you want up there. So you can play with that to see if people, if you're like me, hey brother, what's up? If you're like me from I'm in the Tri-County area, each town around me is a different area code. So if I call different areas, I'll change the number to show up as that area code because people kind of get fruity about area codes around here. What else? Call system, talked about motivation. You guys got the script. If you guys have the program, you have the scripts. If you're not, get on the program, get the scripts, because they're closing scripts. People, we've done in 8 weeks, we've taken 750 new listings collectively. I didn't even ask how many appointments there was, but I'm assuming there's over 1,500 appointments because at least every other one's getting it, or maybe it's the third. It could be 2,100. I'm not sure, but I know people are using the system, they're using the scripts, and they're having success with it because they're my scripts. They're not something I got from someone else and they just changed the words. It's what I use daily. It's just what I come up with in 15 years of getting, pounded on the phone that I kind of worked. And it was a blend of East Coast and West Coast. So they can pretty much go everywhere, no matter where you are in the country. You can pretty much use these, and it's going to work. Obviously, the South, it works a lot better. A lot of guys are closing stuff down South with these scripts because people down there are nicer than up here. But they still work up here, and they work in LA as well. So you guys, and again, they also work in Canada, where people use them, and Australia now, which is pretty fun. So let's go. What are you guys hearing for objection handlers? What do you guys have questions on? We got about 15 minutes left. I want to make sure that we answer everyone's things. Don't be afraid to, shoot up an objection. I'll tell you what I would say to it.
And she says she's very upset because she's going to have to leave a bunch of her plants when she's going to. So I was very upset. She's trying to get rid of plants, I'll take them. So she said, and she asked me for my card with my phone number. She said, and I asked her, I said, well, ask everybody you can, but, I don't want plants to die either. So if you really, look at somebody taking, I've got some of them that'd be happy to take them up plants. She said, that would be great. I'll let you know.
Let's go through this list real quick, see if I missed any of you guys. A lot of times I get halfway through this, someone will come on, I'll say hi, and then we'll go back there.
Fine. Just thrilled that the new people are taking.
Well, I guess if no one has any other questions, we can kind of close it down early. So the program is called expiredlistingmastery.com. There's a link to it in the site here. If you guys haven't joined into it, it's $300. It's cheap. It's 12 weeks, and you get my scripts, my objection handlers, me, giving you guys instructions on how to do it, how to make money. I've made a ton of dough on these expired listings, and a lot of agents just don't know what to do with certain listings, luxury listings, down and dirty listings. It doesn't really matter. The same formula we use for all that. We talk about pricing, how to price out properties, what different methods you can use for pricing. And this stuff all applies to the listing. The listing presentation. You're going to have, when you have a pricing formula behind you, and multiple ones, you can kind of use that and be confident when you're going for the right price. Commission structure and how do we handle commission, and all that. A lot more of that stuff is going to be put on the listing presentation I'm going to put out in, I don't know, a few months. I just haven't got around. It's been so busy to film any more videos, but I want to do it for sale by owner. I want to get the listing presentation out there and maybe get one done on an NLP, and that way we have a well-rounded thing. Obviously I do one-on-one coaching, $1,000 a month. you guys can certainly hit me up for that. It's half an hour once a week. We basically go over everything that I'm teaching here, but in a lot more detail. Most of the guys that take the course jump up somewhere anywhere between 50 and 25% on their volume and on their basically cash inflow, because now they're calling where they weren't calling it. They're calling a different level, and basically I try to translate everything I learn into that. So I try to put a lot of my heart and soul into this video program. I put it at a price where I think people can afford. Not everyone, starting out can afford $1,000 a month. But if you guys like it, definitely, put your results up on my page, Prospecting with Deric Lipski. Put the shout outs there. You guys have any questions with that, obviously post them at that page. Even though this live webinar will be over, I go to that page every day. So if I see objections up there, I'll definitely try to handle them and go from there. So, hey, you guys got the program. Thanks for coming to the program here, and we'll check you later.